Yeah, that was, obviously my first game not playing after being named the starter. But I think it was a good learning experience too. I think you can always learn if you're not playing, if you're playing also during practices, if you're getting reps, if you're not. I think you can always use those as learning curves.
Adam?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Um, you know, I think that's a question for Coach Flo and for our head trainer. Um, but yeah, as a competitor, you always want to go out there and you want to be able to play. Um, but Flo and our medical staff, I mean, I would say they have the best interest for us, and I would say they wouldn't put me out there if they felt like it'd be kind of harmful for myself. So just taking it one day at a time and trusting those guys.
Tua, I'd like to ask you how the injury occurred. Was it one of those where you're following through on delivering a pass and hit someone's helmet, or was it some other way that it occurred? And there was one mention I saw that said that you came close to playing last Sunday, and in the end, obviously, you did not. Is that accurate?
Well, I got my hand dinged up when I try to make a pass. But yeah, like I said, I wanted to play, but that was for the best of me, and just looking for the longevity of everything. Just don't want to put myself in danger and kind of put the team at risk as well, with me being in there and kind of suffering with my thumb. So kind of like I said, just taking it a day at a time, just trying to get better with everything. And Flo and our medical staff, they'll get us all right. Yeah, well, like I had to wrap my hand, and just kind of getting used to the wrap and whatnot. But just other than that, I'm just trying to get into the rhythm again with some of the guys, and just continue to learn from Fitz, continue to learn from our coaches, and just try to work hard still.
I know sometimes when a player may have a bad game, you focus on bad, the film where you played bad. Also, do you think that you needed to watch a little bit more of maybe the Arizona game where you were having success? I did think that the throwing into coverage or throwing into tight windows maybe was a little bit over talked about a little bit, but during that game you were making contested throws. Do you need to see some of your success, self having success to kind of move forward and rebuild your confidence back up? If it, was it anything?
I would say no. To really answer that question, it's a little difficult to look at your past success, because the teams that you're looking forward to playing are never usually the same, as far as personnel, as far as coverages, and if it is the same coverages, that's probably just variations of coverages. I would say if you're looking back at post film, it's usually things that you could work on. But yeah, for me, it's more so what the team that we're going up against now, this week, what we can do against them. So yeah.
Hey, Tua, just curious, you mentioned you hurt your hand making a pass. Did you clip someone's helmet when that happened? And just kind of this week, you would have been playing Joe Burrow had he not gotten hurt, and or if you were to play, kind of disappointed that matchup won't happen.
Yeah, well, yeah, like I said, I got it dinged, in practice when I made a throw. But yeah, when I heard about Joe's injury, I reached out to him. I mean, injuries like that, they're never fun. Those are, you never wish that on anybody. So, I got to reach out to him, and I know he'd love to be able to go out there and compete against us. but that's tough. And, I just sent him, my prayers and whatnot, but I wish him the best as well.
Hey, Tua. Coach Flo said something earlier today that I thought was kind of interesting. He said, "I think once you think you're over the hump, is when you go back under the hump." And sometimes he gives me these statements that make me really think. And it kind of reminds me of Coach Saban a little bit. Um, how does Coach Flo's messaging and the way he tries to keep the team focused and mentally in a right place kind of compare to your experience with Coach Saban?
I would say it's a little difficult to compare the two. Um, I have tremendous respect for Coach Saban, and I have tremendous respect for Coach Flo. But I mean, they're two different people, two different personalities. How they go about doing things, it's different. But I would say the way Flo gets his message out to us is, he says it, but then you can also see it through his actions. Being out there in practice, just the passion that he has for coaching us, and then also in our team meetings too.